And now we come to the final award recipient of the evening. Now, it should come as no surprise that the list of achievements for this particular recipient is long and impressive. He spent the last 35 years in leadership roles at the community, state, and national levels, including leading credit unions, a state league, and the Credit Union National Association. He helped the World Council establish their global advocacy program, and he currently volunteers at 11 foundations and boards. But what's most impressive about that list is what's at the heart of it: true servant leadership. Tonight, we celebrate Bill Cheney, Chief Executive Officer of Schools First Federal Credit Union, with an Outstanding Individual Achievement Award. Please turn your attention to the screens as we honor Bill Cheney.
He is passionate about the credit union movement.
People helping people. He believes in that, whether it's credit unions or anything else.
For me, he's like the everyman. He makes people feel comfortable very quickly.
A lot of people that act with integrity in our industry, but Bill's just at this completely different level.
We all hope when we reflect on our careers that we've made a difference. I think Bill's made a big, darn difference.
I first became a credit union employee in 1987 at Security Service Federal Credit Union in San Antonio, Texas. That's when I really fell in love with credit unions. An opportunity presented itself back in 1997 for a CEO position at a credit union in California, what was then Xerox Federal Credit Union, and that was a big move, not only for me personally, but for my family. In California, as a brand new and relatively young CEO in 1997 was a big deal. It was really my opportunity to get more involved in the credit union movement.
When he got his first CEO job with a credit union and he got so engaged with the movement, I think that's when I knew that we were in this. This was going to be the ride.
He obviously had the knowledge and all of the things you would expect of a CEO, but he also had a level of honesty that you don't always see in any human. It created a circumstance of excellence in performance that made it a joy to work there.
I had a front row seat during the financial crisis and the ensuing Great Recession. Bill was at the California-Nevada Credit Union Leagues, and it was so important to have someone like him with his calmness.
Bill was just always the calm one in the room, but when Bill spoke, people listened and we followed.
Not-for-profit credit unions, which now serve 94 million Americans.
He went to CUNA and helped kind of bring the country out of the Great Recession. And his experience as a credit union CEO lent to his experience in Washington, D.C., and really helping the leagues and credit unions come out of what was certainly the most difficult time we've ever been through.
When banks oppose credit union legislation, their shareholders may win, but consumers and small businesses lose.
I and Bill became acquainted about 20 years ago when he moved to Xerox Credit Union, and have over time became friends. Thanks to our brilliant board, they selected Bill to be my successor, and success is the right leading word for Bill.
Rudy Hanley had retired and Bill came on. He not only respected the foundation of Schools First Federal Credit Union, but he strengthened it and built on it. He really believes in the history of the credit union, what we stand for, the idea that we are here for service and to better people's lives.
We have a little inside joke in our family that we call Billisms.
Two mantras that Bill Cheney lives by is what's best for the member is best for the credit union. And the other mantra that Bill lives by is we do not have a growth strategy, we have a service strategy.
One of the big Billisms is burn in daylight. And now the kids say it, and I think the grandkids are starting to say it, and it means we're not going to waste a minute.
Bill Cheney is somebody with a big heart.
Some of you may not know this, but I suspect you do. When I would go to a chair meeting, I didn't see anyone else who looked like me at all, ever. Bill includes everyone. He seeks the best in everyone across the board.
His influence is not just national, it's international, it's global.
We invited him to come and speak to the African credit union leaders across the continent. Where there is a need to build bridges, Bill will find a way. Credit union is a model of inclusion and not exclusion. We've seen a lot of things happen in the continent of Africa because of Bill Cheney.
And they love him over there. I've been there with him and Chrissy. They are so intentional about making sure that things are equitable and fair.
Bill Cheney sleeps, dreams, bleeds credit unions. And it turns out that this is true of his family as well. They see how credit unions are part of the solution to making the whole world better.
Bill Cheney understands the power of head and heart. He gives generously, personally, and through the credit union system.
He does so much to help children, not only children that are cared for at our hospital, but throughout the community. I can remember a time he donned a black suit, black hat, and sunglasses.
It's so nice to see so
And as one of the Blues Brothers, he sang and inspired people to donate $1.4 million.
He will do anything to raise money for children's hospitals. He is one of the first ones to give back, to be a leader in giving back.
I don't know that I'd ever want to do that again, so don't get any ideas.
We've worked with children's hospitals every place we've lived and worked to support them. When one of those kids was in our family, it really brought it home. It was just life-changing.
4 years ago, we had a grandson, Jack, and spent 4.5 months in the neonatal intensive care unit.
Who just made it all the way down the mountain?
Me.
What's your ski name?
Wacko Jacko.
Sorry, I get emotional. He's pretty special.
One of our children, she said, a family is a bunch of people who put their hearts together. And I think that's what credit unions are. And that's how we embrace that.
Larry Summers asked me what my elevator speech was about credit unions. I said, the difference is that banks use people to make money, and credit unions use money to help people. That's the difference.
I'm grateful for him, for how hard he works, and he's just a good guy. Sorry, it makes me...
You don't achieve anything on your own. It's with the support of the people that you live with and you work with. But I hope, that credit unions are better off when I'm done than they were when I started.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Cheney. Bill continues to be involved in the international credit union community. Several months ago, he hosted 20-plus CEOs from Africa, sharing with the group all of the programs, products, and services that makes a difference in the lives of their members. Please welcome Bill Cheney.
Thank you. I've stood on a lot of stages. I'm not sure I'm prepared for this, but thank you so much. Thank you to the members of the Herb Wegner Awards Selection Committee and to Gigi and Jim and the other members of the Board of Directors of the Foundation. I've served on the Foundation Board for 10 years in various capacities, not any longer, in case anybody's wondering. But I also want to congratulate Winona and Linda and Brian. Wow, I mean, that's 3 tough acts to follow here. Absolutely. Each is a great leader, and it's really an honor to share the stage with you all. I so appreciate being recognized with the Herb Wegner Award, I do, but I can't take any credit for any individual achievements, certainly not in the roles that I've had. None of us achieve very much alone, and with my career especially, has really been about collaborative achievement. So I would like to also introduce some of the people who have been so important in this journey, my family and friends and colleagues who are with me this evening. At my table, right up front here, are my wife, Chrissy. As you may have heard, we met as freshmen in college, and so she's been doing this every bit as long as I have. And also, we're happy to have our daughter, Catherine, here with her husband, Eric, and our son, Will, here with his wife, Jen, and we are blessed to have 4 grandchildren. Some of you may have seen them at the reception. They were kind of hard to miss, running around. Jack, who you saw in the video, and Lila, his little sister, Bennett, and his baby sister, Grace. We're blessed to have them here, but this formal dinner was a little much for 4 children, 4 and under. Joining our family at our table tonight are Christine Wetzel, an educator, an advocate, and the volunteer chairperson of the Schools First Board of Directors, and her husband, Dave. Thank you both for being here. And previous Wegner Award winner, he refused to stand up when they were recognized. And my friend and mentor, Rudy Hanley, and his wife, Catherine. If we could recognize all of those people, please. Thank you. I also want to thank our Schools First president, Jose Lara, and his wife, Priscilla. And we have 4 other tables of Schools First friends and family members, volunteers and team members. Thank you all for being here. And there's so many other people throughout this ballroom and here at this conference who've been on this journey with me from Texas, California, Nevada, Wisconsin, Washington, D.C., all around the country, all around the world, from credit unions and leagues and associations and the other organizations that I've been involved with. Thank you all for what you have done to help support me and to advance the credit union movement. It has been my honor to work with you, and it is my privilege to count you as my friends. All of us here share common values. You've heard about it from all 4 of the honorees this evening. Everyone in this room is somehow connected to credit unions, and that's what we are, credit unions. Everyone in this room is connected. Everyone is part of the credit union family, and that's what we are, a family, a cooperative family. Our cooperative principles guide us. We face many challenges at this moment. 2023 is just getting started, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But if we stick to our principles and share our story, we don't have to look too far to find partners in this room to help us succeed. Those answers are all around us. They include the elective volunteers who are the core of our movement. They include our members who trust us to serve them responsibly. They include the talented team members, CUSOs, and other organizations that are constantly innovating and adapting to keep us relevant. They include policymakers that create an environment where credit unions and credit union members can succeed. At Schools First, we emphasize to every member of our team from day one that we are here to serve and not to judge. Our number 1 priority, without hesitation, is member service. Service for our 1.3 million members at Schools First. Our strategy is about service, not numbers or growth or profit, and we embrace that philosophy every day. It's a key part of our training and our culture. I'm the son of a banker. I understand that we need a strong, we can be reformed, and he can be taught. I understand that we need a strong banking system in this country. We do. I used to talk about it in the state capitals and in the nation's capital. Banks serve an important function, most of them. But we're different. All evening you've heard it. Remember, banks use people to make money. Credit unions use money to help people. That's a big difference. Credit unions are vital to the people in the communities we serve. And make no mistake, consumers and small businesses deserve a choice. And there are bankers that are spending millions of dollars as we speak and a great deal of time trying to take that choice away. The credit union philosophy of people helping people and our structure as a member-owned cooperative is fundamentally different than the for-profit banking model. If you're a consumer or a small business owner, wouldn't you want to do business with an institution that puts people first? Yes, absolutely, right. Thank you. My point is, and don't be complacent. You, each and every one of you, is a vital part of the credit union movement, whether you know it or not. We are stronger together, and we can only stay strong if we stick together and fight to protect our movement. We're here in D.C. this week, so I suppose I'm preaching to the choir, but don't stop. Please be an evangelist for credit unions. We need you, and we need the people who understand our impact to speak up and be heard. Your voice is here as you meet with policymakers, and every day back home when you serve your own communities, tell the stories, and you've heard them tonight, of the unique ways that credit unions impact ordinary people and help them do extraordinary things. It is up to each of us to make our own story known. It's up to each of us to protect the credit union difference. Thank you all for all that you do to serve more than 130 million credit union members throughout our country and almost 400 million members around the world. And thank you again for this very special honor. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bill, for your commitment to the credit union system and to the people that we serve. It is an inspiration for all of us in this room. Let's show them our appreciation one more time.